Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, dear friends. I'm very pleased to be able to address all of you here today. As part of two testimonies regarding this 1988 massacre, of which the event today is mainly centered around, I'm going to be delivering my testimony, and as Mr. Jones rightly said, I'll be followed by Damuna from Ashraf 3. Many of you may already know me, and for some of you, I may be a new face, but nonetheless, I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce myself to all of you. My name is Omid Ebrahimi. I'm 23 years old, and I'm a third-year medical student studying in Italy. I lost 5 of my mom's relatives at the hands of the regime. There were 2 of my mom's aunties who were executed as part of the 1988 massacre of 30,000 political prisoners, 2 of my mom's uncles, and my mom's brother. So my mom's aunties are Ruhangiz and Sohaila Muhammad Rahimi. As I said, they were executed as part of this massacre. My mom's uncles will be Aziz Muhammad Rahimi and Hushang Muhammad Rahimi, and my mom's brother Hossein Majidi, who was just 16 years old when he was forcibly taken away right under my mom's mother, my grandmother's very eyes, and they never saw him again. And only 7 years after he was forcibly taken away did they understand of his execution. I heard early on in this event that I think it was Kirsty Brimlow QC who said that there was an instance of a certain family who had loved ones executed by the regime, and they went to prison, and the regime told them that they had to pay for the bullets that the regime used to kill the loved one that the regime killed. This is another one of those instances. My mom's family were, or my grandmother's family, I should say, were told to pay for the bullets that were used to kill my mom's aunties and my mom's uncles. Of course, this is not new or surprising from this regime. A regime who already has a horrific profile, a regime who's killed 120,000 of Iran's finest simply for taking part in activities against its theocratic rule. My dad, Omid Ebrahimi, was also a direct witness to the 1988 massacre, as he was imprisoned for 10 years from 1981 to 1991. He'd already bore witness to many of the regime's heinous crimes leading up to this massacre. But all of that was to pale in comparison to what happened in a matter of the weeks and months in the summer of 1988. It is very tough for him, but from time to time when he does talk about it, I hear of him that some of the best friends that he had made in his life were the friends that he made during his time in prison. I also heard of him the various forms of torture that really, quite frankly, belong in the Middle Ages, the barbaric treatment, the humiliation of prisoners, and the execution of prisoners from all ages. Underage prisoners, those under 18, and even some who were under 18 and were constantly reminded of their 18th birthday being the day of their execution. Pregnant women, and even those who had fully served their so-called sentences, from which they were sentenced on charges that were false and bogus through kangaroo courts. They were kept in prison and then executed as part of this massacre. It is, as I said, already very painful for him to talk about all of this. And to this day, he considers himself very lucky to still be among us today. I'd love to talk about this to all of you personally, go deeper into this issue and expose more about this. And I'm sure that my dad can add a lot more that I haven't, but unfortunately time is of the essence. And I'd like to take this opportunity once again to thank all of you for supporting all our campaigns and being with us through thick and through thin. And hopefully we have many, many more successes on the horizon. And by the end of it, it will be the overthrow of this regime and freedom for the Iranian people. That's it from me. And I'll hand over to Damona, as I said, from Ashraf 3, for her to give you her account of what happened back then.